Welcome back. Rosa's engagement ring has been her most treasured possession for 4 decades. Now she wants to know how it went missing when it went in for repairs at one of Australia's largest jewellers.
You're still pretty handsome.
Meet Rosa and Joe Minicini reminiscing about the best day of their lives. Joe did like it and did put a ring on it nearly 40 years ago. It's just not on Rosa's finger anymore.
And there's my ring. Oh my gosh, beautiful.
Joe proposed to Rosa on their first date. She was 17, he was 23, and broke family tradition to get her engagement ring.
Back in those days, the parents had to come along to choose the rings, and I wasn't going to have that. So I said, okay, when can you get time off work sometime? We'll catch the ferry across to the city to Diamond Traders, and we'll choose out a ring.
It was a little cluster, 10 diamonds, but one in the centre, and it just had little ones down the side of it. But 18 karat gold, of course.
All these decades later, a diamond fell out, so Rosa took her engagement ring to Angus & Coote at their local shopping centre, Warringah Mall on Sydney's northern beaches, to get it repaired.
We got a call to go in and, pick up. As soon as he opened that bag and it was missing, I just went into shock.
That shock amplified because her wedding rings were the only jewellery she had left after the Minicinis were robbed 7 years ago.
I took everything of my parents, mine, my wife's, my children, necklaces, bracelets, watches, everything. Everything was gone because everything was in the safe.
With the heartache of just having everything taken away, I just couldn't believe that this precious engagement ring would be taken away.
Rosa says she was shown a photograph of the repaired ring. What happened on the way back to the Angus & Coote store is a mystery.
I honestly can't see how it's so hard to find, because all diamond places, jewellers, they've got cameras. Surely from one place to another, the camera can tell where it's gone.
The ring cost $1,100 back in 1980, when Joe earned $80 a week. Petrol was 40 cents a litre and a home in Sydney $50,000. But the ring hasn't been valued since.
I can't even put a price onto it because of the fact that the sentimental value to me, it's worth more than $1 million.
Angus & Coote is one of Australia's largest jewellers with stores right around the country. It's been nearly 7 months and no explanation as to what has happened. It has offered to create a replica of the engagement ring.
It's not good enough because it shouldn't go missing. The thing is that you've got this in your hands, it should be really looked after.
Andrew Gavrilatos is from the New South Wales Fair Trading's Customer Service Department.
Well, everyone places a value on their items and they do expect to be compensated for those. And certainly a consumer should expect to be put back into the place they were at before they handed that item over. Where there's a sentimental value, obviously it becomes a bit more difficult, because what is that value? It's much harder to determine.
With this, advice for customers.
When you do hand an item over, make sure you have a photograph of that item. Make sure that you get a receipt for that item that you've handed over. And finally, tell the business that it does have that sentimental value to keep them focused on that.
I just feel really lost without it.
Lost, but still in love with or without the engagement ring that has 40 years of stories.
I just want it back, don't you think?
Yeah, that's all.
You know?
Please find our ring. That's it.